around there with greenery.
Yeah. I'm trying to find, I do have a virtual that I wanted to roll with you guys today on. I just can't figure out where to find it. Participants, chats, share screen. What's the option on that speaker view? Let's see. I did it before. It's been a little while. Changed my background.
Hey, Vet.
General, I'm glad you were able to make it. For some reason, I had on my list that you were not able to attend today.
Oh, no. I don't know why. Maybe that had something to do with, we're having trouble with the Zoom thing.
Oh.
Military.
Okay.
They don't use Zoom.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I know why.
So we're hoping Alan will be able to join us, and Ian also indicated he was available.
Yes, I spoke to Alan earlier today, and he is planning on joining at 1300, which I think it just turned. I'll give it a couple more minutes because I know he is trying to connect. And we need 6, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are needing him.
Shannon might be able to join us for a half hour.
Okay.
Hey, Leslie, hear you. I see you
Hey,
there.
I hear you, Alan. There you are. Perfect.
Did you get my notes?
I got the numbers, and you saw me do that, blend that, right?
Yeah, okay, yep, good, okay. We're
and
good.
It's blended.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. So I believe
how's COVID over on Maui?
Well, we've had a little spike, but certainly nothing what Oahu has had. And of course, the spike has been blamed on spread from Oahu travel to Maui. So we're back in our 14-day quarantine for neighbor island travel, which is not, it's kind of scary for all of us, right? So
yeah,
to be so isolated, but we just have to do what we have to do. All right, Shine, you get the award for the background. That is one cool background.
Okay,
I'm going to go ahead and declare our meeting in session at 1:02. We have quorum present, and we do need to take roll call since we are on our absolute second ever virtual executive committee meeting. And so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to call up people's names. And I think that, do they have to activate their sound and say aye, or can they just wave or give a thumbs up? Just wave. Okay, I'm going to start with our vice chair, Alan Hayashi.
Present.
Present. Sean Knox.
Here?
Okay, I don't see Ian Kitajima yet. So we'll keep on the lookout for him with me as we see when he joins. Shannon hopes to join for a little while. I'm not seeing her yet.
I'm on.
Oh, you're on. Hello. Oh,
I'm on.
Shannon. Hi. Now I see you. Aloha. Thanks. I knew I have a limited time schedule, so thanks for joining us. Jason Ito,
I'm here.
Yvette Gibson,
I'm here.
Glenn Konashige,
Here.
General Richardson,
Present.
and Leslie Wilkins, present. Have I missed anyone of the voting members of the executive committee? Okay, great. Thank you everyone for joining us. Also present today with our staff is our Deputy Attorney General, Doris DeBonge.
I think you're good.
Thank you, Doris, for, we really appreciate having you. Always join our meetings. Thank you. So just to let you know, under the state sunshine open meeting law, which is enforced during this period, I will be announcing the names of all of you, which I did, to take roll call votes. Also, we are publicly noticed, which is required. So what that means is that we may have public guests listening in, and I would like to invite them now to introduce themselves. I think the best way to do that is for our guests to put your name and your organization, if relevant, in the chat box. So we can include you in the official minutes as we are required to do so. Please note that when the committee enters executive session, which was on our published agenda, that we will enter into a breakout room, which is a very different than this Zoom link. And the public will remain on YouTube, and they will have the opportunity to view a WDC video. Thank you, staff, for producing that. We really appreciate it. So I have a wonderful announcement, and that is a thank you to Yvette Gibson, who has agreed to step up as our chair of the Sector Strategies and Career Pathways Committee. Certainly she has been on that committee and in vice chair leadership. So thank you, Yvette. And we want to say aloha and mahalo to Sunshine Topping, who has resigned from that chair position, stepped away. She has promised to join another committee, but she knows that Yvette's leadership is so strong that she will join another committee. Thank you, Yvette. And as you remember, Sunshine's term, officially, quote unquote, her appointed term ended June 30th, but because there was not an appointment sent, and she is allowed to hold over until the governor has the chance to appoint her replacement. So we'll be glad to have Sunshine join the full board meeting. Any questions so far? And then I have some help with monitoring the chat. Any members of the public to introduce who are joining us from the chat? Not hearing or seeing any, we will go on. The first order of business is the approval of the minutes for July 23rd, 2020 executive committee meeting. Again, I wanted to say thank you to each of you. That was our first foray into a Zoom-based platform executive committee. We had 2 dynamic presentations. They were a little long, so it was a big commitment of your time. So I appreciate you being there, but it was good to be able to catch up on some pending topics because we hadn't had the opportunity to meet before.
Move for approval.
Second.
All right. Could I see again who made the approval was Alan, correct? And General, you made the second?
Alan made the.
Yes.
All right. So we have a motion before us. Are there any edits, corrections, additions to the minutes as circulated? All right, hearing none, are you ready for the vote? Again, I am required to take a roll call vote, is that correct? Okay, so all in favor, I am going to call your names and just wave or say aye, and then I'll allow for people to vote no or abstain. So voting in favor, I'm going to call your names: Alan Hayashi,
Yes.
Sean Knox,
Yes.
Ian's not here, excuse me. Jason Ito,
Yes.
Yvette Gibson,
Yes.
Glenn Kanashige,
Yes.
Shannon Okinaka,
Yes.
General Richardson.
Yes.
Okay, anyone, that seems to be unanimous. Anyone voting no that I didn't see, please activate and unmute. Seeing none. Anyone wishing to abstain from the vote, please activate your speaker, unmute and say so. I'll acknowledge you. Seeing none. The minutes of July 23rd were approved unanimously by all voting members of the executive committee. All right, we also have a second set of minutes. And those were for our executive session minutes, also on the same day, July 23rd. So, and Doris, it is possible to take a public vote on these now, right? Without having to
Yes,
go into
that's
executive
correct.
session?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, so I will entertain a motion for approval of the executive session minutes for the same date, July 23rd, 2020.
Move for approval.
Alan, move for approval. Jason, did I see a second?
No, I just want to make a comment. You know, I think when we were in executive session, Sunshine made a comment in the chat room suggesting that it may be inappropriate for recognition at this during this time because she wasn't able to be heard, right? She had problems with her audio.
She did make that suggestion, and we will continue that conversation, I think, in executive session again. So perfect.
Okay,
Thank you for that reminder, Jason.
So second the motion.
Okay, would Doris, I'm going to defer to you, but we could add that as an addition to the minutes.
If it's in your discretion, you don't have to.
I think that the intent was received, and we'll discuss the intent. So I'm not sure that it needs to be recorded and official. So I think we'll just vote on the minutes as presented before us.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, any further comments, additions, corrections? Hearing none, I'm going to call the roll call vote again. For all in favor. Sorry it's so tedious this way, but this is the only way to have official documentation of the vote, because my looking at all of you and saying I see a hand raised is not proper documentation. All in favor: Alan?
Yes.
Sean?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Yvette?
Yes.
General Richardson?
Yes.
Glenn?
Yes.
Shannon?
Yes.
Did I miss anyone? All right. Are there, that is the sum total of the list I have. So I believe it is an unanimous vote. I won't call for no. Did anyone need any? You all voted, so I'm assuming there are no abstentions to record either. So the executive session minutes for July 23rd were adopted unanimously. Okay. So that exhausts pretty much the agenda, except going into executive session where we'll continue the conversations from our last session. Any other announcements or anything at this point in time, Allison or Doris, before we go into executive session?
No, none
Okay,
for
I
me.
will, okay, I again will need a vote, a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Moved again by Alan. Is there a second?
Second, Jason.
Second, Jason. Okay, here goes again. I'm going to do this very quickly. All in favor, Alan,
Yes.
Sean, Jason,
Yes.
Yvette,
Yes.
General,
Yes.
Glenn,
Yes.
Shannon.
Yes.
I believe that's the entire list. So it's unanimous. So we will move into executive session at 1:13. If you see in the middle of your screen, you're going to see a change in our rooms. As mentioned, we're going into executive session. Please hit join on your screen. It will move us into another room.
Despite the large number of layoffs during this challenging time of COVID-19, there are still employment opportunities.
If you are a company looking to hire at this time, please post your jobs on HireNetHawaii.com.
It's a free service from the state of Hawaii, Likewise, if you are seeking employment, find jobs at HireNetHawaii.com.
Get working with HireNetHawaii.com. Mahalo alui!
Despite the large number of layoffs during this challenging time of COVID-19, there are still employment opportunities.
If you are a company looking to hire at this time, please post your jobs on hirenethawaii.com.
It's a free service from the state of Hawaii. Likewise, if you are seeking employment, find jobs at hirenethawaii.com.
Get working with hirenethawaii.com. Mahalo alui!
Despite the large number of layoffs during this challenging time of COVID-19, there are still employment opportunities.
If you are a company looking to hire at this time, please post your jobs on hirenethawaii.com.
It's a free service from the state of Hawaii. Likewise, if you are seeking employment, find jobs at hirenethawaii.com.
Get working with hirenethawaii.com. Mahalo alui!
And here we are back in open session. And we came out of executive session at 2:06. We're now back in general session at 2:07. Let's check our agenda. I believe that pretty much, okay, so workforce executive recommends, okay, we have two other votes to handle. The workforce resiliency plan that we got the preview of at last executive session, we've seen that's been circulated. Our job is to approve the concept of that because it is a living document. It's continuing to evolve. Right? Am I right on that needs a vote? Or for us to recommend its approval to the full board on August 13th, Allison?
That was already done at the executive
June.
committee meeting. So you're
right,
just
in
reviewing
June.
what you're going to recommend to the full board.
Okay.
So the next one is the list of budget and projects. So Doris, there's only going to be a vote at the board level if there's discussion or if the board members ask for a vote, right? Otherwise, it's the
so
recommendation.
The committee already voted to approve
Recommend.
Yes.
We did in the July 23rd meeting, we just approved those minutes. So that goes as a full motion to the full board on August 13th, right?
That's correct. I think you make your recommendations to the full board and then they do an official vote to adopt the initiative.
Okay, any questions on that? It's Carl has done a great job. We had some great discussion, a good presentation. And then the other one is that the finance committee, we did have return funding. Not all of the counties were able to that. So that comes back to the state. If you remember, we have another year. The state has another year of that money to be live, to expend before it has to be remitted to the federal government if the state cannot expend it by June 30, 21. So, and we did do that, correct?
Yes.
So, all right. So then the last thing are announcements. Any announcements? Hearing none, just a reminder that our full board meeting is scheduled for August 13th, 9:30 to 12:30. We will be using the Zoom platform again. And then as you're looking ahead to November, let's hope we can all meet in person. But it will be a November 12th board meeting, 9:30 to 12:30. It will likely be, we will be perfected at Zoom by then if we have to meet by Zoom in November. It does look that most public meetings through the end of the calendar year are planning for a virtual platform. So we will be planning as well and hope for the best. Any other questions before I adjourn the meeting? I'm really grateful for your patience as we navigate through this platform and for your engagement levels. I'm really always thankful to have such a strong committee. Okay, that's it. I'm going to adjourn the meeting with nothing else. Meeting adjourned at 2:11 p.m. Thank you for your time, everyone. Stay safe and be well.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.